What is up, you guys? Welcome to the collective. My name is Furman, and in this video we're going to be talking about the PlayStation State of Play that we had last week. Now before we get into that, guys, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Alright guys, so it has been about a week since we had that State of Play that PlayStation dropped, and it was amazing. The whole thing wasn't insane, but there was a lot of stuff, like some really good bangers in that thing, and I want to talk about it. Now, as you guys already know, I'm not always covering the whole thing because, you know, that would just take too long, and for the most part, that can be kind of boring at times. So I'm just going to cover the highlights, or more so my highlights. Things that I absolutely loved about it, and the things that I think have potential and look pretty cool. So yeah, let's get into that. Alright guys, so the first thing out the gate, Sony went out swinging and dropped Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now this is insane, and as far as I saw online and on Twitter and stuff, people are mixed about it. A lot of people are like, hey, I've already bought Resident Evil 4 like 40,000 times. Now I have to buy the definitive version again. And I can understand that, but from my perspective, I am so excited for this game. I mean, it just looks insane. This game literally looks like the PS5 version of what they've basically been doing with the remakes, as far as like Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. It only makes sense for them to go to Resident Evil 4. So like it just looks really good, just like the last two did, and it's got that old school Resident Evil feel while at the same time having newer mechanics. I'm excited, and I mean, there isn't really much that needs to be said about it. It's Resident Evil 4. As soon as that guitar started playing, I already knew. And as far as my history goes with Resident Evil, I've always liked those games, but I've never been able to get into them. But when they released a newer one, so the remake, you know, when they remade 2 and 3, I was addicted to those games. So I played them, and I did both of the playthroughs for the second, or was it 4? I think it's 3 or 4 playthroughs that you have to do on Resident Evil 2, you know, because you have to do both of their playthroughs the first time, and then you got to do their second playthrough. So I did all of that, and I beat Resident Evil 3, which was a lot shorter, but the story was really interesting, so it was okay. And then obviously I beat Resident Evil 8, which was just like, man, that game was really good. Definitely not used to the whole first person thing, but it was a really good game. But nonetheless, Resident Evil 4. And then on top of that, they also talked about Resident Evil 4 is going to be getting some VR2, some PSVR2 features, and also Resident Evil 8 is also going to get that VR2 treatment. So that's going to be really cool to see. Now, right after that, they showed Horizon is getting a PSVR game. It looks like an exclusive game to PSVR 2, so that looks really interesting. I mean, Horizon games, they've looked beautiful from like day one. So, you know, with the new Horizon and then this PSVR 2 version, looks amazing, and it looks like it's going to be like first person, obviously because it's VR. Duh. But yeah, it looks really interesting. Not really much to say about that. I mean, you know, you're going to be doing the same thing I usually do, which is fighting giant robot dinosaurs. And on top of that, Horizon 2 is going to be getting an update too. It's a free update, you know, it has like New Game Plus, a really difficult mode for all you crazy people that like that kind of stuff. I'm not really too into that, but you know, other people are. Now this one is definitely one where I'm kind of into it. I mean, it looks really cool, but I just don't know too much about it. But it definitely looks interesting. This game called Stray. Stray, you're basically a cat. You know, you're a stray cat. And you're I don't really get the game, but you're basically a cat, and you're going around in this dystopian, cyberpunkish looking world. It looks really cool. It doesn't look like you can attack things, so I'm a little worried about the combat when it comes to that. But for the most part, the game looks really interesting, and it looks gorgeous too. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Now this is definitely where it got a little bit weird in the state of play. They talked about this game called Eternites, or Eternites. I don't know how it's pronounced, but that's a game. And yeah, it looks really interesting. It basically started off with this girl. She had like a severed arm, and I was like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? And then she turned her severed arm into like a sword, and it basically looks like an anime style, like not really fighting game, more of like an arcade action type of game, but it's anime. And apparently also it's like a dating sim, so it's like Persona. I mean, I'm sold. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sold. So yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Don't know if it's gonna be a day one purchase, but we will see. If they release another trailer, we'll be able to talk more about it and see if this game is actually worth buying. Then after that, as if we hadn't already seen enough, they showed Street Fighter 6. Whew, man, this game is starting to look really, really good. That first trailer they showed was a little bit rough around the edges, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm all for Street Fighter, so I'm gonna buy it anyways. But now they're starting to show more of it, and it looks like you're gonna be able to like customize your characters, or a character, and you'll be able to like run around in the city and fight people. I mean, that sounds freaking cool. So more on that later. And then also there was a leak where I guess Ken was like divorced and all this stuff is happening to him. And I'm just like, bro, y'all gonna mess this man up? Come on. The one guy that's like a family man in the game, and you're gonna destroy his family? Terrible. Terrible. But I digress. And last but not least, they showed Final Fantasy 16. Now this game, you guys already know I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasies. This one definitely looks very different. I mean, it's like super ultra 4K, 8K, whatever you want to call it. It looks amazing. Like the graphical fidelity is amazing on the game. The characters look really interesting. I mean, I'm all for a red mage, and they had a red mage there, so like that's like literally all I care about. Oh, and then there was this one scene where the character looked like Squall, and I was like, whoa, what's happening here? I don't think it's Squall. I'm pretty sure it's not Squall, but like the guy looked almost just like him. Like he had like the black little jacket with black pants, and you know, he got the little white inside shirt, and I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? So yeah, that one I did have to rewind it and check that out again to confirm, because I mean, if Squall was in this game, that would make no sense, but that would be awesome. So yeah, this state of play was definitely a success. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. There was a couple of games in there that I was kind of just like, I don't really care too much about this, but for the most part, the majority of the games that they unveiled that day was really good. Really, really good stuff. And yeah, like, I'm excited, and I'm definitely looking forward to this, and I know you guys are looking forward to what Sony has to offer, what Microsoft has to offer, and what Nintendo has to offer too. And as you guys already know, like, this is E3 time. The only thing is that E3 is canceled, so you know, we don't really have that going for us. And like, I get it, like a lot of people are like, you know, E3 is a thing of the past, we don't necessarily need it, and we haven't needed it for a long time, especially with, you know, companies pulling out and wanting to do things more digitally. But at the same time, man, I always, like, I don't know, I've been keeping up with E3 since like, I don't know, mid 2000s. And like, I always held on to that hope that maybe, just maybe, I might actually be able to go. Now I know that that's probably not going to happen anytime soon, even if they were to come back, you know. I'd like to go based off of my merits, like, you know, like I'd like my YouTube channel to take me there, not just me go as a fan and, you know, that sort of thing. And you know, obviously they canceled it, so it's probably not gonna happen. But I am hopeful. Like, I'm not 100% giving up on E3, but also, you know, we do have what Geoff Keighley is doing with Summer Game Fest. Summer Game Fest is starting to look like it's the new E3. So yeah, like, I don't know, maybe I would love to be able to go down to wherever they do that event. If they start doing it a little less digitally, that'd be awesome, to be able to like go to the games and showcase and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. But you know, I've always had the idea that it would just make more sense for them to do E3 and like Summer Game Fest more digitally, like for the fans too. Like, why wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't they release the demos that they're playing in these events in the store so that we can actually try them on for ourselves? Because, you know, one thing is watching the reveal of God of War and watching somebody like play that game, but it's a whole nother thing for us to see that happen and then be able to jump on the store like an hour later and download the demo and be able to experience it for ourselves. I think it just makes sense. I don't know, I might be just monologuing at this point, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. But as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting the channel. The collective is growing slowly but surely. We are making our way towards 2,000. Now, if you guys want to help me out with that, I mean, you guys made it to the end of the video, so why wouldn't you want to help out, right? Don't forget to share this video to your friends. They want to see. I'm pretty sure they might be interested. If they like what you like, then I'm pretty sure they'll be interested in this channel too. So yes, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.